Many children speak in different languages at school, at home, and with their friends. This video series aims to help educators understand how different languages shape our understanding of a place, a group of people, and the individual child. How formal and everyday use of different languages shape children's confidence to express themselves. How the way we teach shapes children's language skills and spontaneous use of different languages. How a whole school must work together when a child's natural language of comfort is different from the school language. This is a self-learning video series. It is organized into 4 modules. Each module is made up of 4 units, covering specific themes related to multilingualism. In the 3rd unit of the multilingual classroom, we will cover grassroots multilingualism and children as sophisticated code switchers. As you work through this module, please reflect on the way children use languages and how adults around them think about language use. This means that adults have specific expectations about what language is to be used, when, and why. Research has shown that shifts between languages occur at sensible and appropriate points in a sentence, which means that the child is syntactically aware and familiar with the grammar of 2 languages. Translanguaging is not a random act but has deep grammatical structures.
I would like to share with you some insights on language use from a socio-linguistic survey conducted by Professor Panda. This research was conducted in the Barwani district of Madhya Pradesh, a place which has 4 language groups: Hindi, Bareli, Nimadi, and Bareli Ratvi.
Yes, I have read this report too. Let's put together a quick summary.
The first insight is that multilanguaging dominates the language practice in most places other than homes.
I remember reading that the strongest language for tribal children and their parents is their home language, but Hindi is considered the language for education and future growth.
Yes, another insight is that around 50% of tribal parents, teachers, and students are bilinguals. They do not speak in 2 tribal languages, but in 1 tribal language and Hindi, even though they live with other tribes in the same village. The impact of Hindi on the aspirations of tribal parents is visible.
A fourth finding is that some parents want a monolingual school, whereas others want bilingual instruction for their children. Interestingly, it is the parents with lesser years of education that do not want school time wasted on home languages. Tribal parents with no formal education equate school education with Hindi proficiency.
Yes, and another insight is that tribal parents with no formal education equates school education with Hindi proficiency. One more finding in the survey stood out for me. Though some parents reject the idea of teachers code mixing or multilanguaging in class, 50% of teachers and students support this idea. So, it seems that some parents may have the false belief that code switching is a lower form of language use. It will be important to have meetings with parents to explain that mixing languages has many benefits.
We can learn a lot by listening carefully to what parents and teachers say about language use. In my previous school, I noticed that children stayed true to the sound, grammar, and rules of different languages even when they moved from one language to the other.
Why don't you come to my house tomorrow morning? मैं सोच रहा था कि परीक्षा की तैयारी साथ करेंगे.
Yes, the rules of languages are followed even when different language codes are mixed within a sentence.
Good idea. साढ़े 9 तक आई विल बी एट योर हाउस, ठीक है?
Children who switch between languages are sophisticated users of languages.
ಇದು ನನ್ನ ಅಜ್ಜ. भैया मेरी जान हमारे साथ खेलो. कल माँ ने मुझे मंगाने की स्टोरी सुनाई. हमारे मोहल्ले में एक न्यू भैया हैज कम who tells very interesting stories.
In this module, we considered the way children use languages and how adults around them think about language use. Adults have specific expectations about what language is to be used, when, and why. Shifts between languages occur at sensible and appropriate points in a sentence. Translanguaging is not a random act but has deep grammatical structures.